Hello friends, another day here at Mike D YouTube. Today we're going to come at you with kind of like a car review, but I guess it's why I chose a BMW 2007 328i instead of a Toyota GR86, and why I chose it instead of a Miata. First of all, I guess when I'm thinking about it, if I were to be, on Throttle House, I would definitely be Thomas, not James. Know what I mean? Because BMW. Second of all, we're going to talk about the stats and the reasons why. So this particular car comes out with 220 horsepower at rear wheel drive. This one has the sport pack in it. So if you are going to be comparing this to a BRZ or even a Miata or whatever, you have to get the one with the sport pack, because if not, it's going to be a lot of upgrades to the suspension and stuff like that. But the 0 to 60 on this particular car is 6 seconds. And if we're talking about the Subaru BRZ, that particular car, either the new GR86, that car has the same, I think, 228 horsepower and 187 foot-pounds of torque. And the only difference, in my opinion, why I would choose a BRZ instead of this particular car is the limited slip differential. So if you actually driven both cars and driven them to the extremes, this car handles not as good because it doesn't have the limited slip, but it's 9/10 of the car of what the BRZ and the GR86 is. So the best part about this car is right now there's like a bell curve, right? The depreciation of car, and when this car was brand new, I don't know the exact price of this particular model or whatever, but we're at the lowest point of the depreciation. This car I only paid $5,000 for, and when it comes down to it, these are just my toys. I have to invest my real money in what's important in life. So to pay $30,000 for a new GR86 to go play around with, or to go to the track and have fun with, or to pay $5,000 for a BMW that gets you very similar actually suspension and performance. The only main difference that I could tell you is this particular car, it does have a certain amount of what's the proper word? That's luxury and refinement. It literally has this much more insulation than any Honda or Toyota that you could, you pull the vehicle open and you look in the back and they look like similar to moving rugs. The craziest insulation. On a Toyota and a Honda, they just put plastic. So literally and physically, you're insulated from the rest of the world. And everybody loves the 3 Series because it can perform and drive like a sports car, but it has this certain amount of comfort. Let's say if you're driving a BRZ, you hit a thing, you feel every pothole, even on the WRX that I did a review on that my buddy has. Every pothole you hit, you feel it. This particular one, it has a certain amount of smoothness when you're hitting the potholes, but a certain amount of firmness when you're going around the corners. Even the way the suspension is set up, it's different from every suspension. And if you're gonna get one, like I said, get the sport particular model. What else can I say about these cars? Why I chose this instead of a Miata or a BRZ? I think one of the most important things about having a BMW is knowing how to do your own maintenance and your own wrenching. So part of the thing is, when this does break, I am going to help fix it. It's not like it, there's a million other YouTubers on the thing, Dr. BMW or whatever it is, that'll show you how to fix these things. So if you have the time and a space to fix it, and an additional car that if it does break, this right here is the best track vehicle for the price, for the money you can get. And it's 2-door, it's rear wheel drive, it has the most amazing leather seats, and you know what, my children, and you can fit an adult in the back, not comfortably for a 3-hour drive or nothing, but you can go to dinner with 3-4 adults in here. And that's something that you can't do, let's say, in a Mustang or some Camaros, depending. I actually really do think the back seat in here is one of the most comfortable back seats. The only one that I've ever been in that's better, that's a rear wheel drive like this, because I do think about these things for my kids, is a GTO, Pontiac GTO, and that has the Corvette motor and transmission, but with a rear seat. So that was kind of another car I was interested in because it's at the lower part of the bell curve. But anyways, thanks friends, and have another wonderful day.